Hi everyone and welcome back to Storme Diaries. Today my guest on is Rob. Thank you for coming on.
My pleasure.
So you are a dad of 2 boys, aren't you?
Yes.
What are their names and their ages?
So it's George, who's 4,
Yeah.
and Alfie is just over 7 months.
7 months.
Yes.
So I've sort of known you for years,
Yeah.
but I also done your Shredding 7 after I had my first baby,
You did.
which I'll get back onto later. So if we just start, where actually are you from and what was your childhood like?
So I'm from a place called Blackmore in
Yeah.
Essex, which is near Brentwood. No one's ever heard of Blackmore.
Yeah.
And sorry, how was my childhood?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm one of 6.
Yeah.
I'm a twin. I've got 3 sisters and 2 brothers.
Yeah.
I lived in Blackmore in the same house for 27 years. No, it was good. It was good. Lots of arguing with lots of brothers and sisters. Lots of arguing. But no, it was good fun. Good fun, yeah.
What's it like being a twin?
Do you know what? A lot of twins are very, very, very close. Me and Will never actually were. We obviously liked each other and stuff.
Yeah.
We obviously argued a lot, like I said, but we were never close like twins. We're not identical. You wouldn't, in fact,
you're not?
You wouldn't, if me and him were in a room with 3 other guys, I don't think you'd guess who my twin was.
Really?
Yeah. He's tall. I'm 6'5", he's 6'2".
Yeah.
We don't look anything alike.
Really?
No, and we're very different people. So we were never actually that close. So it wasn't like having a twin, if that makes sense. It was just like having a brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he lives in Australia now.
Oh, is he?
So my siblings are all over the place. Will, my twin's in Australia.
Yeah.
My older brother's in New York, America. One of my sisters is in Singapore.
Yeah.
And the other 2 live in Chelmsford, not far from here, yeah.
Oh, so you've got a few holidays that you can plan.
Well, you know what? I've been to New York.
Yeah.
I've been to Singapore not to see Rosie. And then Will in Australia. It's just such a big commitment. And now I've got the kids. Really got to go for at least 2 weeks, don't you? I'm sure we will one time, but right now I haven't. So we've probably only seen each other in the last 10 years. We've probably seen each other 4 or 5 times.
Really?
Yeah.
And what is the age gap between the rest of you?
So between all of us, I think there's a 7 or 8 year gap.
Oh my God.
You're going to put me under pressure now. So me and Will are 38. Anna is 39. So my oldest is 39. I think John is 40, which means Rosie, the middle sister, is, I think she's 36.
Yeah.
No, 35 coming up to 36. And then Philippa, oh my God, this is hard. Philippa must be 34, something like that. So I think there's about 7 or 8 years between us. I've probably got someone's age wrong there, but it's hard with all of us, yeah.
They might not watch it anyway.
No, maybe not.
Oh, so I suppose, how was that for your mum?
Well, do you know what? Now I've got 2 kids.
Yeah.
Me and Victoria are like, how did my mum do it? But my mum always says, because there were so many of you, you entertained each other, you played with each other, which makes sense. Because with us at the moment, George is 4 and Alfie is 7 months. George has only recently started acknowledging Alfie properly since Alfie started laughing at him. At first, George didn't want to know. So they don't play with each other. So it's very difficult. Whereas where we were so close in age, she said it was actually quite easy.
Yeah. I mean, my kids were like that because, so Indy didn't really start taking notice until Hardy's till he was about 7 months. But even still now, she doesn't play with him. She just whacks him. Yeah,
George is funny actually because for that reason, George didn't want to know at all. And I think maybe it's about 5, 6 months when Alfie started laughing at him.
Yeah.
George will now and again entertain him, but then just get very bored very quickly.
Yeah.
But he does acknowledge him a little bit more now.
Yeah.
But I think with time, he'll be better.
Yeah, I suppose once he starts giving something back, then he'll...
Yeah.
Go for there. So what was your career like? Because you used to play football, didn't you?
I did. So I played football. I think I started playing football when I was 7, which is a different story here. But George is not interested in football at all. But I keep saying to people, but I don't think I played till I was 7. I had quite a good non-league football career. So, I played football. I played in non-league. I had aspirations of making it pro, which never worked out. So I played in the Conference Premier, which is still quite a decent level. So I played that. And then when I left school, I didn't really know what to do. I was really bad in school. I messed around because I've got ADHD. I can't concentrate. Yeah. So I didn't know what to do. So I stayed on at sixth form just because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I was playing football. I was getting paid for football, so I was okay sort of financially.
Yeah.
And then I started working. Funny enough, actually, my under-18s football manager, I said to him, as a bit of a joke, I'll get me an interview. Yeah. And he got me an interview. And I went for this interview. I had no idea what I was even going for. It was in a trading company.
Yeah.
And I think because I knew him, they gave me the job. So I was like, okay, cool. So I did that for 4 years. I didn't enjoy it, but I just did what I was meant to be doing. And because I wasn't really interested in it, so I didn't take it too seriously. I just did what I was told to do. Yeah. And then that whole company went bankrupt. So everyone lost their job.
Right.
So I was looking for another job. I had 4 or 5 years experience. I couldn't even get an interview for about 9 months. I was also playing football at the same time.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I don't know what to do. And it was actually my mum who said, you love fitness and stuff. Why don't you become a PT?
Yeah.
And when she said it, I was like, oh my God, why didn't I ever think of that before? Because I love fitness. I love helping people.
Yeah.
So I literally qualified as a PT straight away, which tied in really well with my football.
Yeah.
I was playing for Bromley. I think I was playing for Billericay at the time. I eventually went to Bromley and we were doing 3 mornings a week for training. But then around that, I could PT. So when myself and Victoria got together, she hardly ever saw me because I was training people from 5 o'clock in the morning to maybe midday. I'd be going back to home. She would be working. By the time she was back from work, excuse me, I was back PTing again until 10 p.m. So we'd hardly even see each other.
Really?
So yeah, I PT'd face to face for must have been 10 years, something like that. And then lockdown happened.
Yeah.
Couldn't PT anymore. So shit, what am I going to do? And so I think one of my football teammates said to me, oh, why don't you do online coaching? I'd never heard of it before. I didn't even know you could do that. So I looked into it. I was like, oh my God, I could do this online. Yeah. So I did it. I just said, I'm an online coach now. Got some clients very, very quickly because I had some transformations from my face-to-face ones. And yeah, it's the best thing I ever did because I can help so many more people. And then just from there, it took off. I got in at the right time because I don't think that many people had heard of it before. And then now, everyone's an online coach. Yeah. So I think I got in at the right time, built a good client base, got loads of results. And yeah, so I've been doing that for 5 years. Is it since lockdown, maybe 5 years?
5, 6 years, yeah.
I love it. And I'll do it until I can't do it anymore.
Do you do that on your own or do you have a team doing
I have a team working for us. Yeah, so it started off as me and then I got an assistant. Basically, because it grew and I couldn't take on the amount of clients. At one point, I was looking after, I think nearly 200 clients on my own.
Really?
It was mad. But I've realised that I was giving them a disservice because I was looking after so many people. Everything was too quick. And so I got a load of coaches on board. I think now we've maybe got 12 coaches, something like that.
Really? That's
around
a lot.
that number, yeah. And it works really well, yeah.
What do you think is more important for people, looking good or feeling good?
The answer is definitely feeling good, but people think it's looking good.
Yeah.
But it's a tough one because when I put polls up on my story sometimes, what is more important to you, looking good and feeling good? And everyone says looking good. But if you look good and don't feel good, what's the point? If you feel good, that's all that matters really. Yeah. So definitely feeling good.
Feeling good, yeah. So you said that when you met Victoria, how old was you when you met Victoria?
26, I think I was. I think it was 26, yeah. So myself and my friend had gone out for a quiet drink, which literally never happened. I think we'd had, I don't bet or anything, but I think we'd had a bet that come in or something. We went, let's go out and celebrate, because we weren't doing anything. Yeah. So we went out for a quiet drink in Brentwood. We were just sitting there. What's the bar called? I should know this. It's, what was opposite the road to Sugar at? That bar that used to be good.
Slug and Lettuce?
Yeah, and then at the back of that. I should know the answer to this question. Do you know what I mean, though?
I think so, but I don't know what it's called.
We were in there,
yeah,
and Victoria walked in, and I just kept looking at her. She kept, you know, when you just know someone's looking at you. So she kept looking at me as well, and then we just kept smiling, but we never spoke to each other. I would never go up to people. I didn't have the confidence to do that. Yeah. And she was with a girl that I knew, and I just got chatting to her anyway. And they said, we're going to, oh God, it's the other one now. What was the other one down the road? The old Sam's. It was Sam's Eclipse.
Yeah.
Bit rubbish, but they was going there. So we was like, we'll come. So we started walking there. I was with my friend James, and we went to get some, back in the day when actually people got cash out. Yeah. We went to a cash point to get cash out. We'll meet you in there. And they went there. We went to cash point, went in there. We couldn't find them anywhere. I was looking for about 45 minutes. I was like, oh my God, they've either not gone in or they're just not here anymore. So I was like, oh God, that might be the end of that then. And I just text Jess at the end of the night, because I had a number, just saying, who's that girl you were with? And she said, Victoria, yeah. And she was asking about you as well. So she gave me her number. I took her number. The next week took her out on a first date. And then she was going back up north. It was Christmas time. It was November. I think it was the 19th. Oh God, I should know this. It was either 19th or the 20th. No, it was 19th. 19th of December. So we went out and really, really well. Yeah. And then she went back up north for 2 weeks over Christmas. Yeah. So in my head, I kind of thought, it's probably going to fizzle out now. But it didn't. Yeah. And our second date was New Year's Eve. Yeah. I think we went around. She was living in Billericay with a friend. The date was there, just at her house. And and then the rest is history, as they say.
So where is she from up north?
Doncaster.
Oh, okay.
Doncaster. She had moved down for work. She used to be working jewellery as a bit of a buyer. I think the role was, but she didn't like it at all. In fact, she hated it. She'd come home most nights crying, and I persuaded her to quit. I said, "You don't need to work. Just don't do it. What's the point?" So she was thinking of going back up north, actually. But after meeting me, she says, whether that's the truth or not, she says that's the reason she stayed.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. And then everything moved very fast, actually. I think I proposed to her. I think we'd only been together maybe 10 months or something.
Oh, really?
Something like that. Because, in fact, because it was the next December. Because I remember her saying she'd asked her dad. Oh, no, sorry, I'm talking rubbish. This is the moving in part. I think it was only 10 months, though, that I proposed to her. And then we moved in together quite quickly. I think her dad was like, you shouldn't really be doing this, it's too soon type thing.
Yeah.
But no, it all worked all right.
So did you know like early on that you wanted to be a dad?
Oh, I definitely always wanted to be a dad, yeah. I didn't know when or anything like that, but I definitely always wanted to be a dad because I think I'd been around my brothers and sisters all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I always wanted to, yeah.
And did you did you speak to her about it? Did she always want to be a mum?
Yeah, I don't remember when exactly we spoke about it, but I think we both acknowledged the fact we both wanted it to happen. Yeah.
And what was that journey like for you?
So I was asking about this last night because I was trying to get dates in and stuff like that. And we weren't ready, obviously, to start off with. We've been together now for, I think, 11 years. And what year was it? So George was 2022.
Yeah.
So it must have been, I think, 2018 or something like that. And we decided that we would just go and get checked to make sure everything was right.
Even before you tried?
we weren't ready. We thought just for when we are ready, Victoria was always worried about it.
Yeah.
I think something to do with her mum as well. And I always just thought, you'd rather be in the position that you know. And we got checked, and my sperm, I had it's motility and morphology. So the shape and the movement of the sperm was no good. So even though we got told that, we didn't do anything about it in terms of get tablets or anything like that. We just we tried for a couple of years, even though deep down we knew it wasn't going to work. Yeah. So then we waited 2 years for it to not work, and then went back, got tested again, and actually said it was worse.
Really?
So that's when we got all the tablets and that kind of stuff through them. I can't remember exactly what they were. Got the tablets. I think we must have tried them for, it was either 3 or 6 months. Went back and they said like, no, it hasn't improved. Had they told us then, I'm just trying to get the timeline right. I think, sorry, I beg your pardon. I think when the first time I went there and we got tested and they said it's no good, they said this wouldn't work for natural pregnancy. You would have to go through IVF. And then when we went back the second time, they said the same thing. And that's when we started the process of IVF. And they said you can only, oh no, beg your pardon. So there's IVF and there's ICSI. So IVF is when the sperm swims. They put it in a petri dish and it swims. ICSI is when they inject the sperm into the egg. So they originally told us it could only be ICSI because mine weren't good swimmers. So we went away, tried the tablets. They didn't work. So we then tried the whole process of that. Should I get my phone out? Because I'm just trying to remember the timelines, or does it not really matter that much?
It don't matter.
Because we went through it last night. I was like, I'm not going to remember this. I've got such a bad memory. But somewhere along the line, we started the process. We had one failed attempt of IVF. We got 26 follicles, if my language is right here. Do you know what that means?
Is that the egg?
So basically I had to, it was really, really stressful stuff. It was awful, more so for Victoria. But I think it was for a couple of weeks, she had to have injections twice a day to prepare her for pregnancy, so to speak. And then they do like a transfer. I think there was 26 follicles the first round, but only 5 of those, I think only 5 of those fertilised. I could be getting the numbers wrong here. It might just be 1. No, I think it's 1. Bloody hell. 1 fertilised, which was like a grade A egg, because they're different grades based on what you get. So we only had 1. We tried that. That unfortunately failed. It didn't work out. And then we had to wait a few months to go again because of the position Victoria was in and stuff. So in the second time that worked, there was 28 follicles. I think this is right now. So there's 28 follicles. We got 5 that were successful. We froze all 5 because Victoria had to wait for a couple of periods and stuff. I think the position she was in and stuff. So we got 5. We defrosted 1, so to speak. So we had a frozen cycle, which again went through all the injections again. In fact, Victoria said last night, I was like, oh my God, I didn't remember this. 20 weeks of injections.
Really?
Yeah, getting ready for it. And then when I gave my sample on that time, when we went to do the transfer,
Yeah.
they actually said, your sperm's actually good enough for natural pregnancy. The only thing I'd changed, we'd done a bit of research, well, Victoria had mainly. I'd taken zinc and a product called selenium.
Yeah.
And we think those two things played a massive part in it because, we went back, they came in and was like, yeah, this is good enough for natural pregnancy.
Did you research that then?
Victoria did, Victoria was hot on it. I'm not saying I wasn't interested, but she loves doing that kind of stuff. So she did it. So I took it to go from obviously not good enough at all. In fact, when we'd gone back, I think I said to you, it was worse. So when we went back again for them to say, this is really good sperm, it was incredible. So what they said, you've got 28, you can split them if you want. You can do 14 ICSI and 14 IVF. So we were just like, we'll do that then.
Yeah.
So they split them. And of the 5 that were successful, 1 was ICSI, 4 were IVF. So George, it was the ICSI.
Really?
So we've got 4 in the freezer, so to speak, that we pay for to keep each year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And George worked out.
So how did that feel when they told you that she was pregnant?
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. I can't remember exactly where I was or anything at the time, but no, it's great. It's great. It's great.
Yeah. Was there any point that you thought that it wouldn't happen?
I guess during the times that we were told it wouldn't happen naturally, we kind of thought, this is never going to work. Then we had the failed one. Yeah. Sorry, failed's the wrong language. Victoria said, don't say failed. It was, oh God, what did she tell me to use? Like it just didn't quite work out type thing.
Yeah.
So during that process, of course, we kind of thought like, it's never going to work.
Yeah.
But when it did, it was just amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. And what was that like, seeing Victoria having to go through that? Like,
it was awful. Yeah, it was awful.
And stuff.
It was awful. And obviously when we were trying for those 2 years, she was doing pregnancy tests every month. And I knew deep down this isn't going to work. It's not going to happen. I think she did as well, but she'd do them every month anyway. And it was tough.
Did you half blame yourself because you've tested? Yeah. Oh, don't. I've got tissues behind you.
I've been trying not to do this while we've been talking. Yeah, I did, yeah.
Did you? Well, you've got an amazing little boy now, haven't you? So don't blame yourself because
No, it's fine, no. I just know that as soon as we were talking about this, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm sure it'll happen again, but it's part of it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, don't blame yourself. Like, I think there's so many. IVF is on the rise now.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, it's so common.
So many of my friends have had it.
Same, it's so common.
I wonder what is actually happening for it to be a rise.
I think it's a lot of the processed food.
Yeah.
For sure. But everyone's diet this day and age is terrible, isn't it? Yeah. So alcohol, processed food.
Yeah.
Even maybe bloody the air. It sounds stupid, but
yeah.
I know you can go into a rabbit hole with this kind of stuff, but like say all like the chemtrails, that kind of stuff. You just never know, do you?
Yeah. So what was their pregnancy like?
Awful.
Really?
Yeah. So Victoria had HG.
Oh, did she?
With both pregnancies, which if you don't know what HG is, it's think of morning sickness times 100. Yeah. So it was tough actually because she was in bed for 23 hours of the day.
Oh my God, bless her.
Yeah, it was awful. Really struggling. I couldn't do anything to help her at all. No. So I think the first pregnancy, again, I'm probably getting the weeks wrong here, but like the first, I think 8 weeks were okay. Then after 8 weeks, it was awful.
Really? So did she? How did do they give them tablets for that, or did she have to go in hospital?
Yeah, there's lots of hospital visits, drips and stuff. Yeah, I should know that, shouldn't I? I can't think if there was tablets or not. I'm sure there probably was. Yeah, but no, she was in a bad way. Yeah.
Yeah, and how was that birth? Did she have natural birth?
Yeah, George's was natural. Yeah, it was terrible. So we wanted a water birth. So we got to hospital. She was in the water, swimming around, buzzing. Like hours went by. I was thinking, God, is this going to happen? And then I can't think exactly how long it took. But it was a long time. And then the nurse came in and basically said, "Look, this isn't going to happen. Let's get you out." got her out on the bed and tried to help, and that wasn't happening.
Yeah.
So she said, look, we're going to have to go to, oh God, what's the room you go to? I should know that, shouldn't I?
What,
The labour ward.
Yeah.
So I went up there. Again, was in there for quite a while. I should know how long this took, but it was hours and hours that she was in labour for. And nothing was happening. And at one stage, all the nurses, like they sent her to push, and they all left the room. And Victoria's in there pushing. I just said to her, babe, like, stop pushing. What's going on? No one's even in here. Like, I think it was a bit of a piss take. They hadn't told us what was going on, type thing. And they come back in, and they said, look, we're really. I think George had pooed inside her, which is quite dangerous.
Yeah.
So they said, we're going to have to use the Kiwi cup. So they put the Kiwi cup. It was a female nurse. Put the Kiwi cup on George's head, and was pulling. I think at this stage, obviously, I started crying because I was thinking, fucking hell, what's going on here? And she's basically pulled back and flown back. Blood's gone everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the baby?
Yeah.
And the Kiwi cup had come off his head.
Ah.
At this stage, I'm a mess.
Yeah.
And she went out, come back in with a male doctor, big guy, put the Kiwi back up, and then he was doing it. I was thinking, fucking hell, like, was expecting the worst. And he then pulled, and George come out. And it was so much bigger. It was so stupid. It was so much bigger than I was expecting. And I just, again, burst out crying, obviously. And it was like the bloodbath everywhere.
Really?
Yeah, all over the floor. It was bad. But George was out.
Yeah.
Victoria was in a lot of pain, and they'd had to cut her quite a lot. So I missed that part out. They had to cut her loads. So I was sitting with George. Victoria's on the bed over there, and they were stitching her up. They'd injected her and stuff, but whatever they'd done, they hadn't worked. So we think they'd injected her in the wrong place, or for whatever reason it hadn't worked. Yeah. And they were stitching her up, and she was screaming for hour and a half. So I'm trying to enjoy George. She's there. It was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful. And for me, I thought, why are they carrying on doing it when she's in that much pain? Surely they've realised that whatever we've done is wrong. Yeah. But they carried on, and they stitch up wrong as well.
Do you know what? I hear that so many people get stitched up, or they end up getting infected. Yeah,
they stitched up wrong. She was in so much pain for so long, and eventually, I don't know the time frames here. Eventually, she went and saw someone for a few, and they had to do it all again, type thing.
Really?
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah, but as you say, you hear it all the time, that the mistakes they've made, and I know someone who's suing them because they gave her ketamine, which they were meant to do, but they gave her something. Oh my God, how much was the dose? It was like 5 or 10 times the amount. And it was really bad. So she's going through, this has been years, and it's still going through and stuff. And you don't expect that, do you?
No, definitely not.
Should I be telling the camera, by the way, that I've got a sore throat because of my aircon unit or not? Because I feel like I can't talk properly.
That's fine. So what was it like? Obviously, I know you was having to obviously deal with Victoria in pain, but what was it like when he finally arrived?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. Best feeling ever. Yeah. We go home the same day? I can't remember if we went home the same day or stayed in another night. No, we didn't. Victoria and George stayed in. I went home and then come back. How was that? It was okay. I was fine with it. I knew that she was. I know she was in a lot of pain and stuff, but she was okay. Yeah. She was safe. So was he. I obviously couldn't wait to get back there the next day. Yeah. So it was good.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I had a C-section, so I couldn't get up. But with her, she could obviously get up and tend to the baby. But I could imagine how people feel. Like if they do have a C-section. Luckily, John could stay with me, but a lot of men can't now. Can they?
Well, I wasn't allowed to. Yeah. I wasn't allowed to at the time.
What hospital did you go to?
This was. Oh my God, which one was which? This was Romford Hospital. What's it called?
Queen's
Hospital. Hospital, yeah. Yeah, Queen's Hospital, which, we weren't massively impressed with.
No, I mean, I hear that a lot. But then I think you get that in every hospital, don't you?
Well, when Alfie was born in Langdon Hospital,
right,
Basildon, we was kind of thinking, oh God, we don't want him born there. But it was amazing.
Was it?
Yeah, they were incredible.
Yeah, and then you hear a lot of bad stuff about Basildon. And I think you hear a lot of bad stuff about Basildon because it's high risk for babies.
I didn't know that. So then
you're obviously then used to it. He's going to get...
Well, yeah, to be honest with you, like, it sounds a stupid thing to say, but even growing up in school, like, Basildon was just renowned for a bit of a... Sorry for anyone that's from Basildon, but I lived there, but I lived in Langdon for a while. But it was just renowned for being a bit of a shitty area. Yeah. So, when I was thinking, oh, guys... Basildon, but I mean, Romford was as well, to be fair. So even then as well. But we were living in Harold Hill then, which is worse. So yeah, we didn't really have much choice. Like it was Broomfield, but when we had Alfie, they basically said to us, Broomfield in Chelmsford and Langdon is literally the same distance. And because we were registered at Langdon, we just went, we'll just stay there type thing.
Stay there,
Yeah.
So with your second pregnancy, was that natural?
It was, yeah.
Was it?
It
This
was.
happens a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does.
IVF.
And we were so shocked. I was doing I was doing a live call to my clients. I was in the kitchen, and the call went on for about an hour.
Yeah.
And I remember hearing Victoria I was thinking, what's she fucking doing up there? Trying to call here. And then the call finished, and almost the moment it finished, she burst in the kitchen. And I remember thinking, what the hell are you doing? And she just burst in and went like that. And I knew it was a pregnancy test, even though I didn't know she had them.
Yeah.
She just held it up. And even though I knew, I went, what's that? She went, I'm pregnant. And I just sat there.
Yeah.
And I was like, how? And there was no, it sounds stupid, it was more of a throat, like there was no excitement because we were so shocked. And I was just like, how? And she's like, I know, I am.
Yeah.
And I just sat there for ages, like thinking, what? Because it wasn't planned, it wasn't organised. I think in an ideal world, Victoria would wait a longer period of time because of the struggle she had with George. And yeah, I think I eventually got up and we were just like cuddled. And it was just like, we were just in total shock because obviously for us, it's stupid because obviously going back to my last sperm sample, they told me my sperm was good enough, but we just almost forgot that was a thing and just carried on having sex thinking this could happen. So yeah, it was a massive shock actually, massive.
Yeah.
And then we were just like, fucking hell, wow. Because George was 3. I think George was 3 at this time.
Yeah.
Threenager. And it was tough.
I've got that now. It is relentless.
Yeah, well, I remember quite early on thinking, people think this is like parenthood is tough. And it's like, it's all right, it's easy. I think this was when George was probably not even 1 yet. And obviously it's tough because it's easy because he's not shouting at you, he's not doing anything. Yeah. And all of a sudden, George just out of nowhere would start just losing his head over nothing. This is before he could speak. And I think kids, when they're probably trying to learn to communicate, it's very overwhelming. Yeah.
As well.
And just out of nowhere, he'd be just flipping out. I'm like, fucking, what's going on here type thing? Because we're new to parent, you don't get a manual, do you? When we were getting first back with George, what do we do then? How's this work type thing? But yeah, so, and then obviously you had the terrible twos. And I remember putting a post on Instagram saying, I remember people saying about the terrible twos, and I didn't think it was a thing. Yeah. It is a thing. Yeah, a big thing. So George was a big handful, actually. Yeah, so it still is. Yeah. So that obviously immediately was like, fucking hell, we're questioning how people do it with more than one anyway. Now it's going to be us type thing. So we were a little bit worried, actually, to be honest with you. Yeah.
When you say that, I've only got 17 and a half months between mine, which I don't recommend that to anyone.
Well, it's funny you say that because I would never have dreamt of trying to pressure Victoria at all, but I always said I would want to go again straight away. So it's done. Yeah. So you can have the kids, whether it's 2 or 3, whatever it is, and they grow up together, and then like sooner rather than later, they're older and stuff. That makes sense. But Victoria wasn't ready, which I completely was fine with. Yeah. Basically, with us, it was whenever Victoria's ready, I'm happy with that type thing. Yeah. But then it happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I'd waited until now, when Indy's like what she is, I don't think I would have been ready. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
So even though it was a shock and it was a surprise and we weren't ready, it was obviously amazing. Amazing blessing, yeah.
And how was that birth?
The complete opposite. So we moved house on the same day that Alfie was born. So we were thinking, oh my God, like, because Victoria's heavily pregnant, it was like, hopefully it happens before the actual move and stuff. And it didn't go that way. And on the moving day, we literally moved house. I think hour and a half after the moving people left, she was like, no, I think something's happening type thing. So she got in the bath. Yeah. And again, she was like, something's going on type thing. I was like, look, let's just go to hospital. She's like, no, I don't think we should. Yeah. But I didn't listen to her. I rang my mum straight away. Luckily, where we've lived now, my mum's 5 minutes away. Yeah. So I rang my mum. She was actually I think she was having dinner just down the road. I said, listen, we're going to go to hospital. You need to come here. Yeah. She went, all right, I'll quickly go home and come here type thing. So I think within maybe 5-10 minutes she was there because we had to have her there because of George. Yeah. George was asleep. So yeah, and I'm so lucky we did because we got in the car and she was having massive contractions. I was very confident the baby was going to happen in the car. Yeah. Very confident. So I was driving probably a bit too fast to get to Lane in hospital. And it was really funny. We was actually laughing about it, even though it was not funny. I was laughing at the same time. I was panicking, laughing. Yeah, it was really good. And drove in. I think I drove straight in just like the disabled bay, obviously outside the hospital, and just literally ran in. Yeah. And within an hour, she'd had a water birth.
So she got a walk birth.
Yeah, and she was literally in and out. It was so quick. It was just the complete opposite to George. And she had the water birth. And I remember I was taking photos at the time. She was actually okay with that. But then when the Alfie started coming, I put my phone down, and Victoria's like, I wish you'd videoed it so we could see it happening. Really? But I was like, I didn't think you would want me to video it. So no, we'd videoed it. Yeah. But no, Alfie came out and it was amazing. We kept both a surprise, so we didn't know either time if it was a boy or girl. When George came, we were just convinced it was a boy. And all the appointments we went, not all of them, sorry, some of the appointments we went to, they kind of a couple of them let it slip. But they was like, no, we always say boy, just in case. And I was like, they're lying to us. So we kind of knew George was going to be a boy. And then with Alfie, Victoria was convinced it was going to be a girl. Yeah. And I was just like, it's a 50-50. You have no idea. But but she's carrying it this way. No one knows, do they? So, so we were just over the moon with little Alfie coming. Yeah.
Do you reckon you'll have any more?
I don't know, is my honest answer. My preference right now would be no. Yeah. I think 2 is a great number. I think when you have 3, you need a new car, another room in the holiday. But I just think 2 is great. And they are hard work. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. I think it's hard work at times. Alfie's a dream. Alfie's an absolute dream. He's the opposite to George. At the same time, he's only 7 months. So we'll see what happens. But Alfie's a dream. But I just think I'd be happy with 2. Victoria, I think, does want more. Yeah. So you obviously never say never. You never know. We won't do anything drastic like the snip or anything like that. And I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see. But if it stayed at 2, I'd be over the moon. Yeah.
So I actually met Victoria, like we were saying yesterday.
She said, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been in a couple of classes, and it was after I had Hardy, and he had colic reflux. Like he was a lot as a baby. And she overheard me, and she was like, I've actually got a book. Because did George suffer with, did he have colic or reflux?
George had reflux, yeah.
And she was actually going to give me the book, but I never see her again.
It's so funny, because when I told her I was doing it, she went, I've seen in the diary you've got a podcast, who's it with? And I said, I'm Chelsea. She's like, I've done Pilates with her. Yeah. I was like, she said, I'm not just saying it. She said how nice you are.
Yeah, she's really nice. She's really chatty as well, isn't she?
Yeah, she's lovely,
yeah. So how's that for her? So if all her family are back up north, how does she find it? Yeah,
it's tough because, they're back in Doncaster. Funny enough, they've just been with us for 5 nights. So it's always nice for them to come around. It actually helps me out as well. Obviously, George is off school at the moment, off preschool. Yeah. So George went to preschool, just finished. So obviously the kids are on the 6 weeks, aren't they? Yeah. So for me, because George is quite a handful and because we've got Alfie, I don't like just leaving Victoria with them both because it's obviously very tough with George. Yeah. So I work from home, luckily, which is great, so I can come in and out. But with them down, it's been really, really good for me. I can sort of lock in and do hours of work and not really worry. But no, it's tough, Victoria, because all her best friends are up there as well. So it is hard for her. We did at one stage consider moving up to Doncaster. Really? You can get a hell of a lot more for your money up there.
Yeah, I could imagine.
That's a castle up there. But we chose not to. Victoria's okay with down here. Where we've moved now is lovely. So peaceful, so quiet. Yeah. We feel like it's safer as well. I'm not saying Langdon's not safe, but the way the country is going, in my opinion, the further out, the better. So, it's nice. They come down quite a lot. Well, I say quite a lot. They come down maybe every couple of months. Yeah. But of course it's tougher for her because she's not seeing her good friends all the time. She actually said, so basically I go away to Vegas next Thursday. Yeah. And her friends are coming to stay with her for a couple of nights to help out, obviously. And she said, oh my God, I've not actually seen Katie for, I think, since late last year. Really? She's one of her best mates. It's crazy. I didn't realise. I was like, bloody hell. So I'm always encouraging Victoria to go up there, to go on holidays, that kind of stuff. But obviously it's easier said than done. They've all got kids. Yeah. To get all the girls together and their kids and go away. It's very, very tough. So, it's tough for her, but she's okay. I actually toyed with the idea towards the end of last year of moving to Dubai. Yeah. Not because it's Dubai. I'm not bothered about that. It's because I just think England is on such a decline. It worries me. I don't really want to.
We've had exactly the
That's
same
probably another reason why I'm a bit like, do I want to bring another kid up in? Because in 10 years, 15 years, what is this country going to look like? I've never, in my lifetime, I've never seen it so bad. I know some people disagree with that, but I do not like the way it's going. So, but Victoria didn't want to go and I would never make her do that. So, because she didn't want to be far away from her family. Yeah. But I would probably still move away. but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Would you feel like that if you didn't have kids? Like, as in,
I just
the country
like the
scary?
tax in England, the way they just try and take the piss. Like, you compare it to other countries, and obviously some countries have, of course, most countries have tax and stuff, but England just, I shouldn't say I should never, with what I do, I should never have my political views out there. But with Labour in charge, what chance have you got when you're trying to make something of yourself? Yeah. It is literally take.
Yeah.
So,
even we have to pay full funding for the nursery, and that is like, we pay £1,200 for the kids to go 2 days
it's crazy.
a week.
Sometimes when we discuss this kind of stuff, I'm surprised people actually bother working when they've got kids, because it's so expensive. Yeah. They might as well just take the hit and spend time with the kids.
Yeah.
I'm obviously Victoria doesn't work, so we're very lucky. I work from home, so I spend lots of time with George. Yeah. And because luckily I've got the business where it is, I can take myself out of it and stuff. So we're very, very lucky. But it's not right, is it? What it is. It's not right at all.
No. So obviously you're around and you help a lot, but do you think that the mums automatically get that? Well, they are the default parent. Do you think?
Yeah.
How does Victoria feel about that?
You mean for like, the kids always want her, the kids want to play with that kind of stuff?
No, as in like, they're the ones that got to sort out most things, basically.
Yeah, because, I mean, listen, I cannot concentrate on anything. I can't open letters. Yeah. Victoria opens all my posts. I don't want to know about it. Yeah. And when she starts going, Rob, I'm sorry, I'm out the room. I hate emails. I don't like it. Yeah. So, but she's fine with it because she doesn't work. Yeah. She is more able to do that. Well, I do, believe it or not, I do work quite hard. I do work, so I am working a lot as well. Yeah. But no, she's fine with that. But I think women are automatically, aren't they? It's very rare for the other way around. As much as I do help out, and I think all men should help out. Yeah. I think I've had not an argument, but I had a conversation with a girl actually online before, because I think I'd done the hoovering or something like that. And she's like, you shouldn't be doing that. It should be the woman. I was like,
really?
Talking about, yeah. I was like, I always help with that kind of stuff. Yeah. She said, no, the man should be working. I'll do all that. And the man comes back and with the dinner on the table. And I was like,
really?
You're living in 100 years ago. Like, that's not how it works anymore.
Oh, definitely.
I get, obviously, that people work in the city, it might be slightly different because they're not at home to hoover, to cook their meals, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But no, if you're about, you've got to chip in.
Who would you say has got the harder job? You're Victoria.
Victoria, because I remember, so when I first started online coaching and people would apply to work with me, and I've been very vocal about this before, when people would apply and they'd put stay-at-home mum, admittedly, before having kids, I'd be a bit like, oh God, fucking hell. So that's hard. Yeah. And then you have kids and you're like, oh my God, I need to apologise to a few people because it's hard. Yeah, it's really hard. Especially George's hard work. So it's really like George he doesn't like playing on his own. He's not the best in social situations either and stuff. So he always wants Victoria to play with him. So say I'm upstairs working and Victoria's with Alfie, George is play with me. And sometimes Victoria can't do it. It's really stressful. So the parent at home, you almost get why some people want to put their kids in nursery and go back to work straight away because it's hard. I personally don't agree with that because I think spend as much time with your kids as possible, but you get it because it's tough. It's tough.
I had a bit of postnatal depression with Indy, like my first one. So I went back when she was 5.5 months, and to go to work was a break for me. Yeah. And that sounds awful to say, but I felt like I needed to.
No, 100%. Like, as much as I love George and Alfie, and I want to spend as much time as possible, sometimes I think, fucking hell, I could do with 2 nights off here. Like, like, and that's natural. Victoria's the same. Yeah, and I always say to Victoria, go away, but Victoria wouldn't leave Alfie. Even though she obviously trusts me and stuff, she just, that motherly thing, she wouldn't leave Alfie. I'm happy to because I know they're in great hands. Yeah. Obviously, if it's like, for example, the Vegas thing is my best mate's 40th, so I'm going to go there. If Victoria turned around and said explicitly, I do not want you to go, I wouldn't have gone. Yeah. But she's fine with it. We encourage each other to do that. But the only difference is that she won't leave Alfie because he's so young. But I'm happy to because they're in very safe hands. And obviously Victoria, again, if Victoria couldn't have got any help from her parents or friends, I might not have gone. Yeah. I probably wouldn't have gone, to be fair, because it is tough. But Yeah.
I suppose when her friends and her family do come down, they probably get that quality time that you probably, if you live closer, that you're seeing each other for 10 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah.
You've got that full time, haven't you, together, which is probably really nice.
100%. And yeah, we've touched on that before. It's good because when the parents come down and the friends come down, they do actually spend so much quality time together.
Yeah.
Whereas I'll go see my mate for an hour and then that's it type thing. So yeah.
So yours and Victoria's, like just from seeing on social media, you seem like such a close, like secure, happy relationship. Which
we are,
I've got that with my husband, and I think I read it online that you only 2% of the world find their soulmate, which I don't think a lot of people do. And I think I'm grateful because my kids get to grow up around that. Like, do you think that's really important?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, so many relationships break up now, and also like, I know so many couples that shouldn't be together. Yeah, really shouldn't be together. So no, we've always said it from the off, like that we feel like that is the case, that we're soulmates, and we never row. In the years we've had together, big arguments, I honestly could count on one hand. Yeah, and that's probably over silly stuff as well. Like, so we obviously all couples bicker a little bit here and there, but I mean, saying that, we don't even really bicker. Like, we just. No, we have the same views and same opinions on everything. Yeah. So no, it's great. It's really, really good. Yeah. And there's never any doubt in any of our minds or anything like that. Yeah. We know
communication, I think, is key, which not a lot of people have got, have they?
Yeah, true. Yeah. No, we know that we'll be together till the end of that. Yeah. It's good.
Lovely. So is George starting school in September?
September, yeah. We're very lucky actually because he went to preschool opposite our house, and literally opposite next to that is the primary school. So we actually went to see another primary school just up the road, which would have been like a 5-10 minute drive, and we actually slightly preferred that, but we thought we can walk across the road here. Yeah. And this one's actually quite where I said about George being in with social situations, he's not too good. Yeah. This particular primary school is smaller. Was the other one, it's like double the amount of people, so we know George would be better off there, and also he's probably got 6 or 7 friends from the preschool going there, so
that would be nice.
It's actually perfect to not have to worry about commuting and driving and that. Literally, and if anything went wrong, we're just across the road, so it's perfect. In the way we live, everyone sort of knows everyone. People say hello to you. You walk past in the morning, rather than previously everyone's like that and looks down. So we love that aspect as well.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. So with your coaching business, do you help people other than just coaching them, like for their fitness and you calorie track as well, don't you? Yeah,
I know some people don't believe in calories, but I very much do. The science behind it shows. So, yeah, it's obviously about losing body fat. You know, most people come to us because they want to lose body fat, but it's not just about that. But it's about just feeling better. Like back from what you said at the start of the conversation, how you feel day to day is so incredibly important. Yeah. I think there's so many people who don't feel great, but just don't do anything about it. Or they'll say, I wish I looked better. I wish I'd just don't do anything. Yeah. So we have people that want to lose body fat, but just want to feel better, get their confidence back, feel like them again type thing. Yeah. So we help mainly, basically when I started out, we helped anyone. Yeah. And I technically we can help anyone with fat loss, whether you're male, female, 1 leg, 3 arms, menopausal, thyroid, whatever it is. Nothing about fat loss changes. Yeah. Yes, during perimenopause and menopause, it's tougher because of the symptoms of it, but the principles of fat loss stay the same. Yeah. So we can help anyone, but I found that just to my page was drawn, if you look at my following, I think like 80%, 85% is female, but I think about 80% is over the age of 30. So our kind of ideal client, so to speak, is a female over 30, really. And that's probably, as I say, 85% of our client base.
Yeah. I remember, I started the Shredding 7 just after I'd had Indy, because I was getting married 3 months after I had her. So I was like, I've got to get my arse in gear, basically. And I remember sending them photos over at the beginning.
The starting ones.
I sobbed. Obviously, I just had a baby. Like, I put a lot of pressure on myself. But I remember John looking at me and he was like, why are you crying? He was like, you just had a baby, calm down. But I feel like then it made me so accountable. Do you know what I mean? Just
that's what it is. It's the accountability. That's, what we do is not magic. Yes, there's loads of communication, but it's the accountability. And that's probably the biggest reason that people don't see results, because you can just have a pizza and get smashed at the weekend. It doesn't matter. There's no one to answer to. It's just, who cares type thing. Whereas if you've got, say, a coach, someone to admit that to, answer to, almost tell you off to it. Because we're kind of no nonsense, you know. Yeah. If people are just messing around, we just think, what's the point?
Yeah.
If you can't help me help you, how can I help you type thing?
Yeah.
So, you know, we're a kind of a no nonsense. We're flexible. We appreciate life happens. You can have a drink now and again. That's life. We get that.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to continue to do the things you've always done and not listen to us, what's the point type thing? I went off topic there, so I can't remember what you asked me.
No, that's fine. So what do you feel about like the injection, like so jabs and like peptides?
Yeah, they're also getting more popular. In truth, the whole peptide situation, I don't know too much about.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that take them, and because it's not just about fat loss, the peptides. There's skin, there's hair, there's glow, there's all sorts. Yeah. I think with all of them, they have their place. But the problems I've seen so far, because we obviously speak to hundreds of people a day with on my page, and the amount of people who have done the fat loss injections and lost the weight, of course you're going to lose weight because you lose your appetite. But a lot of people have side effects.
Yeah.
But the biggest one is they lose the weight, they come off the injections, and the food noise is huge, bigger than before, and they gain it all back again and more. And honestly, don't get me wrong, there are some success stories, of course there are, because some people get there and they're so determined not to go backwards, which is incredible. And, you know, if I speak to someone who does that, I'm buzzing for them. I'm genuinely, I'm not like, you shouldn't have done that. It has its place. I think if people are incredibly overweight, unhealthy, and it's going to help them improve their life, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But Sharon, who's got 7 pounds to lose because she wants to go Ibiza, doing it is fucking stupid, in my opinion. And
she'll probably lose that out there anyway.
Yeah. So I'm not fully against them, but I also think I know the correct way to do it is learn the habits needed. Because that's the thing is, well, you're not learning the habits. You're not learning the right, I've got a sugar rush or I've got a late night craving. I can do this to stop it or I'll just have it type thing. So you're not learning the habits needed to keep the weight off. So yes, there are some success stories, but honestly, we speak to so many people, which is the complete opposite. The side effects aren't incredibly common, but I do hear a lot of side effects. Like some woman I spoke to said, I can't hear in my left ear. Really? I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at the fact that and it's. I did a post about this. I did the risk to reward. Is it really worth it?
Yeah.
Someone lost their hearing. They're just feeling shit. No energy. Because the other thing as well is when you're not eating enough nutrients and minerals, which obviously food is giving you, you get that gaunt look. And I can tell a mile off when I see people on Instagram, because some people I follow are on them, and I can tell a mile off they're on them because they look gaunt because they're not getting the vitamins, the nutrients, the minerals needed to not look like that. So yeah, it's a tough one. I think I do genuinely hope in the future that there's more of a place for it if it helps more people. But right now I just think, and also I hear people that get it from the hairdresser. They get it from the geezer in the shop. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah. If you're going to do it, go down the proper route of a doctor. I mean, I say that. Some of the doctors are clueless. Some of the advice that I've heard that doctors have given clients or people is madness. So yes, get it from a professional, but take it with a pinch of salt. But yeah, to get it from someone just around the corner in a shop is mental. I know I see people on my Instagram that sell it online. I'm like, you shouldn't be selling that. You have got no qualifications to be able to sell that, but it's the way the world is, isn't it?
I know.
It's so, unfortunately, So they have their place, but I just think you've got to be a little bit careful. And I almost see it as a waste of time if you're going to just gain the weight back again. Yeah, great, you've lost weight, but if you're then going to gain it back and more, and I think it's quite, I don't even know the price of it, but I've heard it's quite expensive as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just wish more people would take action. I completely get it's an investment, but people spend £300, £400, £500 on a car that they drive 3 or 4 times a week to get from A to B. And then they'll say, but I haven't got any money for my health. I can't afford the gym membership. I can't afford the help that I need. But then they're going to get their hair done, their nails done, and they're spending maybe £1,000, not maybe not £1,000, maybe an exaggeration. Some people are, of course, but like hundreds of pounds a month on things that aren't actually making them feel better.
Yeah. Although a lot more people are into wellness now.
I agree, totally. I feel a lot of people are drinking less as well.
Yeah.
10 years ago, everyone was out getting smashed. I feel like, I don't know if it's an age thing.
I don't think, like, especially, I mean, when I was 18, I'd be out clubbing Thursday.
Yeah, I would have seen you out loads of times. Yeah.
Kids don't do that anymore.
No, I agree. Yeah, you're right. I think it's a really positive thing.
Yeah.
Because back in our day, in Brentwood alone, you had Sugar Hut. You mentioned earlier, the one opposite, what was it called again?
Slug and Lettuce.
Yeah, you had Eclipse, you had Mojos, you had 195, you had Face.
Yeah.
We were blessed with, like, you could go you could go to a different place every single week and it'd be unreal. And there was a Saturday night, there was a Wednesday, remember Posh Funk?
Yeah.
Posh, I was on there every Wednesday. Yeah, there was so many things. It was unbelievable. Now, even if I wanted to go, I'd be like, where'd you go?
I think half of them are closed down now.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. I think more people rave a little bit, don't they? They go to raves up in London.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's the better thing or not, but...
Probably not, but But yeah, no, it's. I think you're right. Yeah, I think a lot less people drink.
Yeah. A lot more people are going sober now, aren't they?
Yeah, I am, to be fair. Like from probably 17 to 26, I was probably out because I was played football. Me and my teammates and good friends, actually, when we played at Bromley, we were out every Saturday, smashed every Saturday. But no real, other than the football, I had no real direction in life, so to speak.
Yeah.
But I think that was a thing we did. And I think I met Victoria and stopped drinking. Don't get me wrong, I'd go out now and again. But now the thought of going out and getting smashed with two kids getting up on Sunday, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'll never drink again, but like obviously in Vegas I'll have a drink. But the thought in England, I think this year, I think I've had 2 drinks or 2 occasions where I've drunk, but just maybe like 2 ciders.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother me at all.
No.
The thought of being drunk, just like, and I have this conversation with clients all the time. So I've got no problem with you drinking, but just make sure it's worth it. And when they do they do a check-in, say someone's gone, oh yeah, I got absolutely smashed at the weekend. I go, okay, cool. Like, was it worth it? And 90% of the time they go, no, it wasn't. I say, listen, say they had 8 pints or 8 glasses of wine, whatever it is. I say, if you'd have had 3, I guarantee you still would have had a good time.
Yeah.
It's you just don't need to go overboard. There's a huge difference between having 1 or 2 glasses of wine and 3 bottles yourself. Yeah. You'll still have a good time. You then won't feel awful next day, because it's not just the calories and the alcohol, it's the way it affects your sleep. Yeah. It's the way you feel the next day. You move less, you eat more, you want more crap. And for me, if I got someone out and got smashed today, I'm out of the game for 2 days minimum. Yeah. I'll feel awful for 2 days. It's just not worth it.
As well, ain't it?
Yeah.
I feel really depressed.
Oh my God. Where I'm obviously self-employed and I've got my business, any time in the past I've done that, I've like been thinking, oh my God, my business is failing. This is awful.
That the other week.
Yeah. And that's why I've got no real interest. Like obviously again on stag dudes and that kind of stuff, I'll have a drink, but I don't think I'll ever be, people might think I'm boring for saying this, but I don't think I'll ever get smashed ever again. Just not worth it for me. I'll have a good time having a couple of drinks.
Yeah. I think as you get older as well though, you start realising that you don't need to have all them drinks to have a good time.
Yeah.
You can have
but the problem is that some people do think that. They think they can't have that good time without alcohol. But then I'll challenge them. Say one of my clients is going, I'm out on Saturday. I'll actually say to her, listen, I expect you not to drink. You can if you want, but I expect you not to and I want you not to, just to see. And I'll get the message next day going, Rob, I had such a good time, I didn't have a drink. Yeah. I'm like, exactly. It's the people you're with that should convey whether it's a good time or not the amount you've drunk.
I think as you grow up as well, you start questioning who you're around.
Yeah,
as well,
but don't get me wrong. I don't regret all the nights. I had some of the best nights of my life getting smashed. Absolutely. So, and if I was to do it all over again, I would do the same thing. Absolutely. I think that's part of growing up, isn't it? I feel like the 20s are for that. Yeah. Certainly early 20s. I think that when you're 30, that's when you start taking life a bit more seriously.
Yeah. So just to round up, if both of your boys watch this podcast in like 20 years' time, what would you hope that they would take away from watching their dad?
Oh, God. So if they watch it in 20 years' time, what would they take away from this?
Yeah, about their dad.
I think they'd probably laugh at me crying a little bit. Yeah. But they'll have it as well, because if it's my whole family. Like I said to you previously, like every one of my siblings, we get emotional like that. And I've probably purposely not gone into too much detail because I know that I'll be a blubbering mess. But I don't know. I'd like to think that they're obviously proud of me. What else? It's a good question, actually. Put me on the spot. To enjoy their life, because I'd encourage that as well. Like, I'd encourage them to enjoy their life in their 20s. One thing I regret about my life, I know you shouldn't have any regrets, is listen, me and Victoria went on lots of holidays and I had lots of lads' holidays, but I wish I'd seen more of the world. Because now with the 2 kids, I would love to have gone to Australia, but not just for a week. I'd love to have gone for 3 months, 6 months and travelled it. I'd love to go to South America. I did Thailand and Bali a couple of times. So that's one thing I definitely recommend them do is, and I'd encourage, is go and see the world 100%. Live your life while you can. And then as they get older, take it more seriously. Yeah. I don't know what else. No? Sorry, that's probably not a very good answer.
No, it's a good answer.
No, but also I guess I'd like them to take how important looking after yourself is. Like your health is everything. Like I mentioned it, looking good and feeling good. I think they're tying together as well. When you feel good, you then look good, right? So that is so important for me. So important for me. I don't mean this in a vain way, but I will never be out of shape because I want to feel good. And I want to be in the best shape for them as well. Like I want to be able to, when I'm older, if they have kids, I want to be strong enough and fit enough to play with my grandkids if I'm lucky enough to have them, 100%. So the importance of your health is incredibly important, because so many people don't take it seriously. They just don't care, which to me is madness. I wish everyone did care, but no, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been lovely to have you on, and you seem like such a good dad.
Thank you.
And even I see earlier, you didn't do your workout, did you? See that you could play with George?
Yeah, I hadn't actually trained this week, and I was itching to train.
Yeah.
And then George said, "Can you play Lego with me?" I thought, oh, I could either go and train and let him down. I did Lego. Took apart, because he loves Lego at the minute, took apart the same things and did them up. And it's funny because it's different rules every time. So he loves Lego. So he's 4, but he's so clever, it's scary.
Yeah.
He'll do like 7-year-old Lego. And one time it will be, I'm doing page 1, you'll do page 2. Then today I didn't realise it. He told me off because I thought that's what we were doing. He was like, no, we're doing 1 piece each. So you do that piece, but on the same page, you do the next piece. It's like that, like that. But then one time he's doing, he didn't tell you, he did fine. Just like guessing. He's like, no, Daddy. It's funny. So no, I chose it, and I'm glad I chose it, because workouts can be rescheduled.
True. Yeah. Oh, thank you again.
Thank you. Cheers.